What's up, nerds? Welcome to Cool Nerd Show. I'm Steve Trezza.
Scott Burnett.
And today we are going to give you our full review of Daredevil Season 2.
In case you couldn't see these. Get it?
He's blind, I get it.
Oh, is he? Season makes a lot more sense now.
Kicks off right after Season 1. As always, we're going to catch you up to speed with a quick plot synopsis, and then we are going to talk about what we liked and didn't like of the season. As always, there will be spoilers, so... So let's get right into the plot synopsis. Daredevil Season 2 picks up where Season 1 left off. Matt Murdock is now Daredeviling full-time, and business for Nelson and Murdock is pretty steady. A new vigilante known as the Punisher hits Hell's Kitchen, brutally murdering 3 of the area's biggest crime organizations. Punisher is later revealed to be U.S. Marine Corps veteran Frank Castle. A few dead bodies and bloodbaths later, Daredevil is able to bring Castle to justice after a respectful bonding is formed between the two. Punisher is put on trial and defended by Nelson and Murdock. During this time, Matt Murdock's former girlfriend Elektra drops into town and brings news of a new threat in Hell's Kitchen, the Hand. Daredevil and Elektra follow leads to take down the Hand, causing Murdock to miss several appearances in court. With the trial lost and their friendship on shaky terms, Nelson and Murdock disband. Meanwhile, in prison, Wilson Fisk devises a scheme involving the Punisher to do his dirty work. Fisk, who still has the law in his back pocket, even on the inside, organizes the Punisher's escape, figuring most of his enemies would perish at the hands of Castle while Fisk sits safely inside a cell. The Hand makes their full assault on Hell's Kitchen, and it is later revealed by Stick that Elektra is their secret weapon the entire time, the Black Sky. In a final confrontation between Daredevil, Elektra, and a recently resurrected Nobu, remember the guy that burnt to death in Season 1, Daredevil convinces Elektra that she has free will and is able to make her own decisions. Together with the help of the recently jailbroke Punisher, they take down Nobu at the cost of Elektra's life. In the end, Matt reveals himself as Daredevil to Karen, and Elektra's body is dug up by the remaining Hand members, providing much speculation for Season 3. So, now that we're up to speed, let's talk about what we liked, what we didn't like of Daredevil. So, what did you think of the overall story arc of this season?
I think it was tighter than Season 1.
Really? I thought Season 1 was better.
I think it was tighter because of the additive characters to it. So in Season 1, you got like the first chunk of episodes were like oh my god, this is great, and it kind of plateaued a little bit. I don't think it plateaued as much, just because like there was mini seasons within the season. So like the first 4 were the Punisher, then the next 4 were Elektra, then it was Fisk, and then it was all of them.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of kept it fresh. To me, I don't know if I'm the only one. This had a ton of similarities to Arrow Season 3.
It did, but it was good.
Yeah, no. This was what Arrow Season 3 could have been, which was weird. I was like, resurrecting people, there's a group of ninjas led by a resurrected guy, and this guy doesn't kill people. Like, it was just like, like, ex-girlfriend came back. Like,
I thought the story was good. I wasn't sure how they were gonna, like, write Elektra in and make it good, but it was. And I thought the Punisher aspect of the story
fantastic.
Awesome. The court scene, great.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was amazing.
Jon Bernthal was born to play Frank Castle.
Yeah, and I love... The Punisher is probably my favorite Marvel character, and I thought it was great.
I think if this does lead to a Punisher-centric series, it could be the best Netflix series out of it.
I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, I think Jessica Jones might be the best.
Agree to disagree.
Right now. But no, I thought the storyline was great. I thought it was a really good storyline. There's one thing I didn't like, and that was Matt Murdock just kind of gave up on his firm.
And Karen. It was like he
gave up on Karen, you mean?
Yeah. It was like the chase.
That didn't bother me because the whole time I was kind of like, I was hoping he was going to go for Elektra.
I was hoping he was going for Karen.
Nah, I wanted to see him with Elektra.
Elektra's like so manipulative.
She's sexy.
Karen's so nice. I think Karen's more attractive.
I disagree with you on that one.
Deborah Ann Wolf, maybe not as a blonde, maybe as a redhead, But she's just, so when she's describing, like, the restaurant to him and stuff, I was like, wow, they have chemistry. Elektra and Daredevil, it's just about sex. You can tell. It's just like animal urges with them.
It's hot.
That sounded desperate.
No. It was, I don't know. I mean, the season was good. I was hoping that he would go for Elektra and then, she dies in the end. And the whole thing with her dying, that's the way she died in the comics. Except it was Bullseye that kills her.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised we didn't see him.
Sai put through season 3.
Yeah.
Guarantee you he will be in season 3.
Yeah, which is a weird jump.
I thought that the story kind of got a little forced a little bit towards the end with, like, the general and, like it was like...
If anybody didn't see Clancy Brown being a bad guy, you haven't seen anything ever.
But it was just kind of confusing.
I think. He was the... What would they call him again? I forgot his name.
I don't remember.
It was like a code name. The Blacksmith. That was it.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
It was just confusing here and there. But overall, I think it was... I think overall the story was good. But I didn't like the way that Matt Murdock, like... I know he had other shit going on.
Yeah.
But it kind of felt like he just left... Like, especially the one day that he didn't show up at all.
Yeah.
In the courtroom. Like, he just kind of was like, Foggy's got it.
Yeah, he's like, Fog it. it forced Foggy to build his character, which he kind of
It did, and I think...
He's not the...
There's actually some people, and I've heard this, that, like, a lot of people didn't like Foggy this season. I think he's a great character.
Yeah, I think he was stronger than he was in the first season.
Yeah.
Because he's not, like...
And I like him, too.
He's not on, like, Matt Murdock's coattails.
Yeah. So what did you think of the action this season? The special effects?
The one scene you should watch this for, if you're going to watch it for anything, is that warehouse scene. Where
they tried to redo the hallway scene.
They didn't just try. They
didn't do it better. The hallway scene's better.
No way.
I disagree.
No shot. This was like straight from the raid.
I mean, they're both great, but the hallway scene's better.
This goes from the hallway to the stairs to the garage. It was...
But it actually, the camera actually does cut in this.
Well, they hold frame on certain things to reset and then keep going, much like they do with Birdman.
There was a couple cuts too, and there was a couple real changes too. But whereas the hallway scene was all one shot,
it was a lot shorter.
It was a lot shorter.
This was like
it was still cool.
This was like 5 to 8 minute fight. It was so good. Like he's just at the end, he's just exhausted, and it was just like really realistic, and it was worth watching. I think the first 4 episodes are the strongest part.
Definitely. With the Punisher and everything. The Punisher was just so cool.
So good.
He was so awesome. Especially when I love when he's walking out of the pawn shop.
Yeah.
And he kills the pawn shop owner.
Because he mentions the
child porn. Yeah.
The best part was the rooftop scene. They pulled it straight
with
from
the gun?
the comics.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that was straight from the comics.
And it's like, where other like mainstream comic book stuff suffers, like movies and stuff, you don't have the time to develop stuff like this. This was like an episode of them just talking, and I was like on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
It was some of the best television I've seen, some of the best writing I've seen between 2 characters, and I think it was the highlight of the entire season. Unfortunately, it came pretty early.
So we'll touch upon this a little bit. What do you think of the characters for this season? And character development.
The character development, I think they focused more on the heroes, and the villains were a throw-in.
Okay.
Because, like, I feel like it was a little cheap bringing back Nobu. It was like somebody we've already seen just to fill a role, while they're really focusing on Elektra, Punisher, and Daredevil.
Mm.
So I think much like most Marvel stuff, the villains were the weakest part. I mean, Fisk was there, but he really wasn't the villain.
Mm.
So it was just like Nobu, and then they set up Elektra to be the villain later.
They just kind of showed, that and Fisk. Because Fisk will break, I think Fisk might break out also. There's so many ways that it can go. Because, in the comics, Elektra comes back. Yeah. And Elektra's always bouncing between good and evil in the comics also. Yeah. And then you have Wilson Fisk, who's pretty convinced that he's going to get out of jail. And, I mean, rightfully, if he wanted to, he could get out now. Because he has the whole jail
steak and wine
system in his back pocket.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of jail scenes, that Punisher scene?
That was sick.
That might be the highlight. I changed my mind.
When he killed all of them.
Oh, boy.
He killed 10 people.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
In season 3, can we see a team up with Wilson Fisk, Elektra, and Bullseye?
It's possible.
You gotta raise the stakes.
Definitely possible.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know. I feel like maybe Elektra would start with them and then side with Murdock.
Yeah. I think that'll be the turn anyway.
Yeah. because she flip-flops.
Yeah.
And I don't see why we can't have Bullseye.
He would fit.
Yeah.
Especially he'd be a good adversary for the Punisher.
Yeah. So, and yeah, Jon Bernthal, fantastic job as the Punisher.
Oh my god.
And everyone else coming back. Yeah. They did just as good as the job as they did in season 1.
Matt Murdock, I feel like he's one of the most underrated TV actors because he was good in Boardwalk Empire, and then they brought him in, and people were like, he's gonna be.
Well, that's not his real name.
What did I say? You gotta call Matt Murdock?
Yeah, you
Charlie
call
Cox.
Matt Murdock.
He's that good. And I don't see him as Charlie Cox anymore. I see him as Matt Murdock.
And he does a very good job of playing blind.
Which
is hard to do.
I don't know. I said to myself, he needs to not stare at people when he talks. But other than that, he was good in Boardwalk Empire. But I was like, how is he going to play Daredevil? And last season he was good. And I was like, oh, okay. This season he took it up another level. I think he was just elevated by the people around him. Because I think Jon Bernthal was just like, he came out of the womb and they're like, do you want to name him the Punisher? Oh, John. Okay, we'll put him in the thing. Like, he was born to play.
And I liked how, like, in season 1 we didn't get the costume for Daredevil until the end. Yeah. And in this we didn't get the costume for the Punisher until the end. Yeah. When he finally made it.
So next season, are we not going to get Bullseye's costume?
You know what also I liked? The one part where he goes to kill the general at the end scene. Yeah. And he's got all these tools and weapons in here. And you think he's going to torture him. But he just shoots him in the head instead. I was like, yes!
I see your scene and raise you one. My favorite is in episode 4 when they kidnap Frank Castle and they torture him. And they let him out. Daredevil frees him.
Oh, yeah.
And so
that was better. I agree with you.
Daredevil's fighting all these guys, and Punisher's just limping around with a drill hole in his foot. No, he's limping around with a drill hole in his foot, picking up weapons, going to kill people, and Daredevil's fighting somebody. It just has to knock the weapon out of Frank Castle's hand.
That was against the Kitchen Irish, right?
Yeah. So he was just like every time Daredevil would be fighting somebody, Frank would be like, he'd knock the gun out of his hand, he'd be like, oh, here's another gun. And he's just like, alright, I'll get him with this. And he fucking knocks out his hand, he's like, god damn it. He goes and limps over to another weapon, picks it up.
No, the best part about that scene was they introduced the one guy, and I forget his name, but they introduced him, and he was like, at the time, the leader of the Kitchen Irish.
Yeah.
And he's the guy that was like orchestrating the whole thing, and had Punisher tied down and put the drill bit through his foot or whatever. And then he gets broken free, and the Punisher's there, and you think that they built him up to be like this character that you thought he was going to be like
he's there
for a while. And the Punisher just shoots him. Like right out of the gate. Like as soon as he's free, he just kills him. I remember watching, and I was like, yes! So, like I got up, I was like, that was awesome!
There's a scene where it's a crime scene, and the cinematography on it was where they focus on one of the detectives and they pan out and it pans through a bullet hole in a dead body. I was like, oh! I did not expect it. This show is super violent.
So, alright, enough of that. We've talked about it enough. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. We're going to grade it.
Yes.
So Scott, what would you grade Punisher season... The Punisher. Wow, we're talking about the Punisher. What would you grade Daredevil season 2?
And that's the thing. It would have been better if it was a Punisher series. I'd still say it's like... See, I liked it more than season 1, but I think I'm going to grade it lower, which is weird.
Well, that's because season 1 was newer
so
fresh. And
I would say like an 8.8.
Okay. Because what did you give season 1?
It was in the 9s.
Okay.
I think these Marvel Netflix series, they start off so strong, but they don't know how to finish. I think Daredevil season 1 did it, I think Jessica Jones did it, and I think this one did it. But not in a bad way, it's just, it doesn't match the intensity of the start.
Of the beginning.
If they switched the intensity around, it would be perfect. But I just think 8.8, 8.8, yeah, 8.8.
Okay. I loved The Punisher, I loved the season, I thought it was great. I did think that season 1 was better. Just because it was newer and it wasn't... I don't know.
He's a villain. I feel like the hand was just like fodder for Daredevil.
I agree. And it was so... It kind of had like 3 arcs.
Yeah.
Whereas season 1 was kind of like one main arc.
Well, I don't mind the 3 arcs because I think it needed it to keep it fresh.
Anyway, I'm going to give it... Sorry, I don't want to get into anything. I'm going to give it a 9. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm pretty sure I gave season 1 a 9.5.
Yeah, I think this was kind of hamstrung by just shoehorning in some mystical stuff to set up Iron Fist.
Yeah. So that's an 8.9.
Yeah.
which actually evens out to what our Jessica Jones total score was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also an 8.9. It was also an 8.9. No, I remember that was an 8.9.
Oh, right.
I think Devin gave it an 8.8 and I gave it a 9.
Oh.
There.
Yeah. Shit. The world's going to end. Me and Devin agree on something.
Well, not necessarily. That was Jessica Jones.
Ipso facto.
Anyway, check out all of our other reviews. Check out all of our other videos over on our segment. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, at Cool Nerd Show, where you can follow me and Scott separately.
Lightsabertooth_tiger if you want to see my Instagram. You probably don't.
Trezinator. Easy.
Not so much.
And you can check us out live every Friday on our Nerdcast.
And what else do you have to do on a Friday?
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you over there.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.